Dear listeners, this was originally meant to be a two-part finale, as you probably guessed from the setup I did in the last couple of episodes. Unfortunately, there was some major audio loss on my end, so I had to get creative and redo some of my descriptions and so forth of Foster and Philomena's fight with the warlord. I ended up having to trim it down significantly, just because redoing the combat probably would have been very boring to listen to, but I did my best to keep the interesting bits and the fun twists intact, as well as some of the notable things that Foster and Philomena said. It ended up being short enough that I decided to basically splice it in with the other part of the finale. Thank you so much for your patience and being willing to stick around for this ending, given the volume of technical difficulties I've been having to deal with and how much of a delay that has caused in some of these episodes. You are very much appreciated. You are very much loved. And I hope you enjoy this finale.
The past few months have been a bit of an unexpected adventure for most of you, as all four of you at one point or another ran into Philomena or Foster as they were on their way to Haven's Reach and got wrapped up in the chaos surrounding their journey. And now you are at Haven's Reach. And we will start with Rem and Angelo, as you have come in with the Courier's airship. Brief aside for Corin and Punk Bubbles, you got into town about an hour ago, but there wasn't a lot of activity going on. There was like a bit of a curfew of some sorts, but it's like the middle of the day where people weren't allowed out and about, so you've been, I'm assuming, probably hiding out somewhere with Punk Bubbles pretending to just be a barrel, while Corin just snoozes behind the barrel, because Philomena has gone off to find the warlord, following the direction of her god, whose name she still cannot remember.
I'm specifically disguising myself as one of those weird middle class tables that are made out of a barrel with like a wooden thing up top that people think makes them look sophisticated or like fancy or like or cool, but it just means you have a barrel in your house, dude. You got a barrel, dude.
I'm behind the barrel reading you a story.
I'm that.
Precious.
I'm one of those tables. And sorry, if you're listening and you have one of those tables, you just have a barrel in your house, dude. Sorry.
Back on the Courier's airship, as you are coming into dock, like just barely out of sight of Haven's Reach, which is this, basically it's a city built into the mountain. You hear some sounds as people are starting to mill about as the midday curfew or whatever's going on here is lifted. And at some point as you were pulling in, you heard a shout coming from very, very far away, and Foster immediately ran up to the front of the ship and jumped off and flew away.
Does she do that? I say to Rem.
Well, it's the first time I've seen her on a flying ship, therefore I don't know. But when we did get on the ship, she did decide to jump off the ship before, so maybe something attracted her. I have no idea.
Alright, well.
You heard a very loud female voice saying thunderclap from very far away. There's only one thing that she would jump off ship for.
I've heard of claps attracting that kind of attention. I guess we should go.
I mean, Foster would most likely not, just fucking leave us behind if it wasn't for, I'm assuming, Philomena. Therefore, she's probably off to find her. We should go and make sure she doesn't die.
Oh, she's very strong. I think she'll be fine. I say as I take my time.
I mean, when I saw her the first time I met her on the caravan, she was pretty messed up. So, you know,
I mean, when I saw both of you, you were fine.
fair enough. Well, let's go.
Fine, I'll speed it up a little bit. And he does pick up the pace, but just a little bit, as he said.
Yeah. The ship has now fully docked and is safe for the two of you to get off, and one of the couriers, younger girl named Erin, says, "We might actually need your help down at the archives. It looks like the warlord did get here before we did. We need to make sure that's kept safe."
Fine. Gods. You coming, Angelo?
I mean, you already said fine. I was about to say, sounds like a you problem, but sure.
I'm just following the breadcrumbs of the GM.
No. This is just Angelo reacting to stuff.
I know.
Angela, you've got a little bit on your mind after the things that you've found out / remembered in the past, day.
Angelo is not really in the mood to, be helpful at the moment. But,
If you help, I will try one of your meals.
You already tried one of the meals, and you liked it.
True, I had to take a healthy dose of antidote after every bite, but, my stomach didn't melt.
It was delicious.
It was delicious. My stomach did want to melt, but it was delicious.
Thank you. All right, let's go to, what was it, the archives?
Yeah. I imagine you were, having this conversation as you walked. Erin is kind of leading you through this crowd of people. And back to Corin and Punk Bubbles, people are starting to walk around and mill around you too. So it might be a good time to get moving and figure out, because you were also told by Haldir to try and find the archives, find the records. So it might be a good time to get up and start investigating.
Punk Bubbles is just, catching moths or something, so I'm following Corin's lead.
You've just been slurping up insects off of the ground the entire time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, as soon as people start to come back out, just kind of snap the book shut. Like, all right, it's time to get moving. We don't have all day.
Okay.
Do you see anything that points towards the archives?
I'll roll, I guess.
Also, Angelo and Rim, do you want to roll to see if you happen to catch this conversation?
Sure.
Yes.
I dropped my d20.
I got a 12.
I got
My
a
d20's
50.
gone. It's in the wind. It's in the wind.
PB, please be able to roll and roll well, because I got a 4. I ain't finding shit.
Come on, buddy.
This cat is overwhelmed.
5. Yeah,
I'm glad the other side rolled well.
we're good at
So-
this. We're good at this. It's okay. We're good at this.
We're experts.
The two of you are looking around and are looking very lost, and in doing so managed to attract a little bit of suspicion from some of the warlord guards who are spotted about. But Angelo and Rim, you both notice a very confused looking catfolk that looks a little lost and mentioned something about the archives. And Rim, you specifically notice that the barrel has some weird sort of slime coming out of it that have formed legs and appendages. And some of the slime is slipping along the ground to grab a little bug and then slurping it back. This is by far the weirdest thing you've seen in your life, Rem.
Rem is immediately distracted by the sentient barrel of goo. Obviously, you knew this was coming.
Yes, why do you think I had you roll?
Yes.
The sentient bubble of goo, or barrel of goo, is talking?
All you heard was go, okay.
Yeah. And there's a very confused looking catfolk who mentioned something about finding the archives. So, Rem, what do you do?
Rem loses track of Angelo and the courier for a moment, turning towards the barrel of goo. And beelines just around and turns like, what in Mama Yaga's name
Mama
is
Yaga.
this.
Yep.
Yeah, it's stuck with us now. What are... I'm sorry, cat person. Pardon me. Who is this? What is this? This is... I'm quite distracted by this barrel. What is happening here? This is probably the most fascinating, disturbing thing I've seen in my entire life. And I've noticed you spoke of the archives.
The courier has noticed that she's lost Rim and got Angelo back to where they last had Rim.
Yeah, I was just looking at him suspiciously, like eyebrow cocked, one hand behind my back, ready to pull the fangs. And then he said archives. Can I roll for vibes on this guy to see if I think he might be connected to the warlord, or if he might be...
Go for it.
I rolled a 13 on my vibe check.
I'm like, Rem, what the heck are you doing?
He points to Punk Bubbles like, barrel of walking goo. How are you not interested in this?
They have a name.
Can I eat it?
Oh, hello.
Oh,
If I cannot eat it, then this is not something that really interests me.
I would not recommend.
Oh, do you say, can you eat me? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, can I eat it? That is exactly what I said.
No. Can it eat you?
If you see something about eating, you see it like pull out like a jar from the slime and just like spits out coffee into the jar.
what?
This is far more interesting now to me. Can you just make anything come out of your goo, sir?
What is the... What
What?
are they?
This is Punk Bubbles.
Punk Bubbles.
That's about as much as we know.
Punk Bubble...
In accord with the role you got, Rim absolutely trustworthy.
He's giving me very Edwin vibes.
Yeah, you're not sure he'd be able to lie if he had to.
Probably not. It's because I'm looking at Punk Bubbles, and they reminded me of this. And Rem pulls out his smoked snake in a jar, Moira.
What?
It's a cloud of... Essentially, it's a snake made of smoke inside a jar.
That can clean up alchemical messes.
Yes.
Facet.
Yes, this is Moira, and
Has a very boopable little snoot.
yes, has little eyes and snoot.
I was gonna ask Punk Bubbles if you're able to create other liquids.
Remind me of the things I've absorbed. Water, coffee.
You usually have some milk.
There was that one time I provided warm milk,
Milk,
and we never figured out where I got it from.
I don't think
I
Punk
do
Bubbles
believe that is
knows.
a thing.
You did absorb the contents of a barrel of wine at one point. I don't think you've spat all of it
True.
out
Oh, yeah.
I do provide milk wine. I make milk
Gross.
wine.
Oh, and you might have some pineapple with you.
Oh, there's a pineapple
yet. No, you
garnish.
gave it all to the vampire.
Damn.
You gave it to the vampire.
I make milk wine with like a snail shell garnish.
Any chance you produce what this world considers as poison?
Yeah.
Well, can I have some?
No.
Why not?
You ask
Trouble again.
strange questions. Who are you?
I mean, obviously, my friend has dragged us into this position where we are now communicating with you. My name is Angelo. That's pretty much it. Hey, I'm a chef. No,
Oh,
assassin in this.
What?
Unfortunately,
What?
those are two very different things.
I mean, they could be the same
Not for
thing
me.
depending on how you look at it.
I was gonna say, Rim, you've had this conversation with Angelo before.
You're a chef assassin. How does one get in that line of business?
A assassin, if you prefer.
I am a chef, but in this world, I am an assassin. I do the same things, but it produces different results.
You keep saying in this world? I'm curious.
Essentially, what they consider food is entirely poisonous to us, and will kill us. Therefore, assassin, assassin, that came out wrong. Shishashin, if you will.
Chefassin?
Shifashin.
Chefsassin.
Basically, you would be 100% blessed to eat my poison because it's absolutely delicious. However, since your stomachs cannot handle it, you will die.
I have an antidote for that.
Of my
Okay.
mildest.
No, I haven't had the chance to make the worst yet.
Corin and Punk Bubbles, would you like to roll 20 to see if you can piece together what?
What is
Sure.
happening?
Yeah, we're off track
Yeah.
here.
Oh, I was fully expecting this when I introduced you.
I got a catastrophe, so I have no clue. I am Punk Bubbles now. Oh my god. I'm the clueless one.
Yeah, I got a 9.
Ouch.
We're not doing great.
So a 9 is a tough choice. Corin, as you're trying to figure it out, you just start flashing back to that nightmare again. Your god will fall just like the others.
We're wasting time.
Your god will fall just like the others,
Shut
and
up,
it
shut
will
up,
be
shut up, shut
your
up, shut
doing.
up.
And for Punk Bubbles, tough choice. If you figure it out, someone else might too, which will put you in danger.
Ooh. I mean, let's be real. PB barely understands what's happening here. Punk Bubble just knows friends wanted to go to a place, so here we are. So I'll just learn the information. Whatever.
Yeah, did we get here and Philomena just ran off, or?
Basically, but you were Haldir did kind of hint that she would need to go deal with the warlord while you went to deal with the archives. So you've just been kind of waiting for a chance to disappear in plain sight and find the archives, which the couriers would know where to find. And now there's a very slightly impatient looking courier standing like 2 feet away, staring expectantly at Rem and Angelo.
Yeah, with our entire time, it's, what's a courier? Who are they? Courier? Never heard of her.
I barely know
Philomena
her.
would have explained in the hike. She's dealt with them too, so you recognize, and you just have that thought repeating in your head over and over and over again. If you do not act quickly, Tybalt will be gone, and it will be all your fault.
At this point, I turn to Rem and the courier, and I'm like, anyway, it's nice to meet these people. We should probably go and do some archive stuff or whatever.
Yeah, Corin's just been like, shut up, shut up, shut up. We're wasting time. Archive. Did you just say archive?
Yeah. Apparently we have to protect it. And then Angelo does do the quotation with the air quotes with the fingers and goes, yeah, apparently you have to protect it because they gave us a ride or whatever.
Perfect. We'll come with you.
Okay.
All right then.
Why?
Because we're trying to find the archives.
Okay. Did you need to protect it too, or are you going to destroy it? Because if I tell you, well, if I let my courier, if I let the courier tell you and you destroy it, then that's not exactly protecting it.
Well, we've kind of been told by a bard/god that we should probably protect it.
All right, looks like you got some guards here. Can I go?
I think I walk up to Angelo and just hand him like a fistful of bees.
Sweet. Are they alive bees or are they dead bees?
They're fully alive.
How are you containing the fistful of bees? So like they open, they fly away. Are they wrapped in a?
They're like anesthetized, so it's like fine.
So they're like asleep in your hands?
Yeah.
You have a handful of sleeping bees.
Yeah.
Sweet. When you open your hands, Angelo is besotted by these sleeping bees and is like, I will follow these bees wherever they will take me.
Perfect. They're going to take you to the archives.
I re-schlorp the bees and just start walking in a direction.
Angelo follows Punk Bubbles
Okay.
because he has the bees.
I don't know.
They.
Any all
Yeah.
pronouns for
Yeah.
Punk Bubbles.
The courier's just like, well, if they're coming with us, reaches out, gently grabs the barrel, turns it in
Thank
the
you.
correct direction,
Okay.
and starts heading off into the craft.
I just stick out a pseudopod to hold their hand as we walk.
Aww. It's like, how come you never hold my paw?
Stiffen slightly as their hand is immersed in goo, and they're like, "This is fine. We need to go."
Oh, you'll get used to it.
And who are you? What is your name, if I may ask?
Oh, right. Well, I'm Corin.
I'm Remede Fromont. Pleasure.
Gesundheit.
Do we want to do character descriptions?
It has been a while.
I'll go first. I am a slime of changing colors. The color depends on my mood. I'm sitting at a subdued magenta. I'm in a barrel from like where there would be corks in the barrel. That's where I shoot out like pseudopods to like walk with legs and arms. And I do have 2 eyes, but they don't have eyelids. They just kind of like float in the goo out of the top of the barrel, with like the lid is like lifted slightly up so I can see. And my arms are too long, so they do drag on the ground as I walk.
It's how you just gather bugs.
Angelo is the definition of yes. Undefined. If you look at Angelo and you think that, is Angelo human? Yes. Is Angelo an angel? Yes. Is Angelo a demon? Yes. Is Angelo a giant insect? Absolutely. Angelo is the definition of yes. Basically. Unknowable.
Ineffable.
Angela's also been having a weird time recently.
I don't know. They sound pretty affable.
Especially for a goo.
At no point I have even considered if Punk Bubbles has any kind of sexuality anywhere in the gooey body.
No, Punk's bubbles just multiplied.
Yeah. That just kind of happened. Corin is just like a 5'5", 5'6" cat person who's, I think I originally said a calico, but it was like mixed with a panther or something. I don't know. It's been like a year. But, you know, so probably closer to a tortie, just so they can blend into the woodland shadows.
Not quite helpful in the middle of a city in the mountains.
Yeah. Yeah, just being a cat sticks out in this sort of space anyway. I can't imagine there's too many cat people this far in the mountains.
I've probably got a couple, but they're probably a little more floofier.
Got those
I am
winter
not
coats
that
on.
floofy. No, I'm more of a short hair cat.
All I'm thinking about is our old cat Sushi now.
Last but not least, Rim, what do you look like?
Rem is a demon-born, so he is average height, red skin, about like 7-inch horns. He wears a jade green long jacket with his hood down, and across the jacket there are many, many pockets where if you take a look, there's a bunch of different vials. Inside he has different small canisters inside his very large jacket. It seems like it's oversized for him, just mostly because he's hiding a bunch of stuff in it.
Hey kid, you wanna buy some potions?
Got some potions for you.
What are you buying?
You have your pat and the book Mama Yaga gave you back now.
Kajitas wears if you have
True.
coin.
Demonborn has possible drugs.
Potion seller.
And coffee.
And yeah, coffee.
Yeah,
lots and
no
lots of
Damon
coffee.
Born I've ever met has had drugs.
Mm-hmm.
At least not intentional ones.
Well, this one has caffeine, which is considered a drug.
Caffeine. Cats shouldn't have caffeine.
God, no. Yeah, and he has a backpack and a very big book sticking out of the backpack.
That's how I get bling. I've discovered caffeine.
So, we have this weird amalgamation of people following a courier throughout the city of Haven's Reach as she leads you through streets and alleys, trying to duck around the guards with varying degrees of success before she takes you like an alley between like a building and you think it's like a wall. But she gets to a certain point, like presses on a spot on the wall, and like a doorway opens. This is one of the side entrances. Figured no one will spot us going here. Now get in. Go, go, go.
Gone. Through the door. Like, immediately
God,
through
you
the
are
door.
obvious.
Was the courier sending us in and like not coming with us?
She's currently trying to just get you inside, like getting you to go in, and you don't know if she's gonna follow you or not.
Gotcha. Okay.
We are what's being curried.
Let me know if she doesn't follow us at some point she doesn't stick with us.
Rem walks in.
Okay,
Yeah, I just walk in.
so you all head in. She's like, okay, I'm gonna close the door behind you. Keep going straight. It's going to be take your first right down the staircase. There'll be someone there. They'll be on the lookout for backup. I'm gonna go wander and be seen somewhere else to maybe throw off anyone who might have tried to follow us. 'Cause y'all are obvious. Best of luck. Can I have my hand back? She goes to salute and notices like the slime hand is still like wrapped around hers.
Oh, okay. What is the best thing I found? This is like a funny shaped rock. It's like, I don't know, kind of looks like a foot maybe.
You just leave the rock foot in her hand.
Okay, bye bye.
Okay. Closes the door behind you. And you're assuming runs off somewhere.
To ponder what she's just seen.
She's got a lot of things to worry about. Haven's Reach is effectively occupied by the warlord soldiers. There's a lot to keep track of right now.
This is true.
But as she disappears, I'll say there are some like glowing stones that line the wall. It's dark in here, but not so dark that no one can see.
I can see in the dark now as of this session.
I was just gonna make a light. Because I can do that.
I can see anyway, fuck you.
Yeah, I'm a cat. I can see too. But
I can see clearly now.
yeah, no, Corin just pulls out a rock and makes it glow.
I couldn't see anything.
Well, this is cozy.
Yeah, do you like this type of area? No, it's not. It's not.
You didn't have a great time last time you were underground, Rim.
Nope. I don't particularly like being on the ground. Last time I was, existence tried to kill me.
Were we underground in jail?
Yes.
Oh, you guys had a bad time in jail. I had a great time.
Yes, the floor of my jail cell gave way and I almost died.
Yeah, Corin's already walking forward.
Yeah, is this like a corridor or like...
Corridor, and as you walk along, you find where there's a hallway that branches off to the right. You follow that.
If it's mostly a straight path, PB has gone full barrel mode and is rolling around along the ground to try and cover more ground.
I'm gonna look at Rem and be like, do we have to follow them?
There's only one way down, Angelo. We sort of have to.
But why? We were here with, what was the flying name again?
Foster.
You know, I only knew you for, yeah. You were only, like, we were here with her. Now I have to
Can we
meet
hear
new
them?
people. I wasn't being quiet.
Yeah, Angela's not being subtle.
You weren't being quiet. We're in an enclosed space, and I have cat ears.
And it's echoey.
It's okay. I wasn't being quiet.
Angelo.
I thought the whole thing was just get you here. And now that you're here, I thought I was going to just have fun in Haven's Reach. And now I have to be in charge of protecting the archives.
Have you seen Haven's Reach right now? I don't think you're gonna have much fun.
Yes, there's what, a curfew out right now in the middle of the day? I mean, there's no fun here. This is like town, Angelo. This place is exactly like the town.
Don't you dare bring up town right now. Town is nothing.
I will bring up
It's
town.
nothing.
Angelo, mark my
You
words.
shut up.
Never. I will.
Town is... You shut up, Rem. Town is the worst thing to ever exist on this plane of existence, and I will destroy town. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. Imagine if we don't do anything and the archives are destroyed and this place becomes another town.
No, there will only be one town, and soon there will be no town.
Then follow them down, go to the archives, and
Fine.
let's do our job so this place stays
Don't
like
you
it
dare
is.
bring up town ever again. You understand me, Rem?
Will you do our job? Will you come protect the
All right.
archives?
I will do it. I will do it.
Perfect. Let's
Okay.
go.
Thank you.
As soon as they get to the end of the corridor and turn right, Corin is just standing there, staring, waiting for them to turn the corner.
Oh,
Are you
I've just kept
finished?
going. I'm just still going.
Yeah, just down the stairs, barrel rolled down the stairs.
Boom, 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 boom.
We're not gonna lose you.
There's
No.
only one sentient walking barrel in the world, at least to my knowledge.
So far. The others don't seem to be traveling in barrels.
I don't know what happened in this town, but right now we have problems to deal with.
Best not bring up town again, but yes, I agree with you. We have problems to deal with.
If Foster trusted you, then, well, I assume you're the right ones to be here.
And I assume you know Foster.
No, I know her wife.
I see. If following you means we might get a chance to see Foster again, then I suppose that's fine.
Something tells me all roads will lead to Foster.
I thought all roads led to Haven's Reach.
Foster is in Haven's
They
Reach.
did eventually.
And so is Philomena.
By what I've heard, she must be lovely. Therefore, I think we should find our friends.
I imagine you're saying this like as you're walking down the stairs, and you hear the thunk, 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 thunk bubbles beneath, and it just comes to a stop.
So peaceful.
Oh, nice.
And Cord, you still have that voice on repeat in the back of your head. You can be ignoring it, but it's still there.
Mm-hmm.
And Rim, you haven't heard your unpleasant voice in a while.
Yay.
You still remember all the emotions you went through because of it, but you haven't heard it since you read the letters.
I scared the people in my house when I went through those emotions.
Apologies again
No
to your
issue.
wife
No
for
issue.
the heart attack. Hey, you get to the town and you see there's two couriers who have like crossbows up pointed like, who are you? Because they knew you were coming because there was nothing subtle about your approach.
Yeah, no. We were sent by Haldir.
I tap Corin's I don't know what height I can reach. Like your, I don't know. I know I can just stretch and reach your
You're
shoulder.
goo. You can stretch.
I can stretch. I forgot. Okay.
You can do whatever you want, PB. You can do whatever you want, sweetie.
I tap you on
We'll
the shoulder
support you.
and very loudly try and whisper, "Knife." When her is stopped.
No knife, not yet.
Okay.
No.
These are guards. They're on our side.
Okay.
Murder?
Tongue Bubbles likes to choose valence. Most of the crossbows have been pointed down, but they still do not look absolutely convinced by Punk Bubbles.
If they're all looking at me incredulously, I just look at them, look at Corin, and just spit up a butterfly or something. I don't know.
Okay, part of me wants to get rid of my current light and then just do little sparkle glow pieces around the butterfly. But I don't know if Corn's that kind of person.
Now that the guards realize that you do not need to be shot on sight, come on, this way, farther down. We've been stretched a little thin with everything going on, and we might have already had a breach. They start to lead you further down the hallway, and I will say it is better lit down here. Seems like it's carved into the mountain. But this far from the entrance, they feel more comfortable having more lighting because it won't draw a lot of outside attention. As they start leading you through, and you do indeed hear the sound of people wearing heavy armor, which these guards are not. I mean, they're armored, but not like heavy plate mail, chainmail. Their armor is much lighter, more flexible. And it seems there are some soldiers that have made it down through one of the entrances to the archives.
Knife.
Shh. Yes, knife.
Shing! My arms turn to knives.
Perfect.
immediately charging, just running in knife hands.
Well, they'll certainly be caught off guard.
Oh, look at the other two. I like it.
Somehow I'm not surprised.
Now, I'm a cornucopia of predictability.
So do you all take off after Punk Bubbles, who's gone off to do violence?
Oh, yeah. Just gonna crouch down, claws at the ready.
So as you take off, Punk Bubbles, you get there first. And you get to this wider open space, and you see there are 3 soldiers in like the dark armor that you saw the warlord's men wearing outside, just amongst the people of Haven's Reach. They're just sort of keeping an eye while it's like a table covered in these like papers and scrolls, and it looks like there's a 4th soldier attempting to light that table on fire.
Oh, hello.
What do you do?
I'm just gonna eat the guy with the fire. I don't.
Roll me a 20 as you attempt to eat this person.
My brain is not seeing lighting. No, that's a 17. I was like, is that 11 or 17? It's a 17.
Either one's a success, but the big number make the brain go burr.
True,
Yes.
yeah.
The juice.
You are able to successfully engulf this man. What does this look like?
So I walk up and go, hello. I imagine they all pause and just the beat, and then just the schlorpening. Like a giant mass of goo erupts from the top of the barrel, grabs the guy. It's up to you what happens to the torch. I don't care. And it's and you see me slowly like shoving him into the barrel, and somehow he fits.
I'm reminded of Nibbler.
You're not able to completely devour him.
Uh-huh.
You have him engulfed and can
that's fair.
try to devour him.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering if he was just like a minion with 1 HP, and he was just dead. I wasn't sure.
So you do have him and are slowly starting to dissolve him, and the torch drops. It is still lit, but not next to
Gotcha.
the flames. So, Corin, you are in the room next. There are 3 very confused soldiers and 1 guy who is engulfed in punk bubbles.
Just gonna take half a beat to take that scene in. Like, that's new. Does the torch look like it's in any imminent danger of setting the archives on fire?
So the area you're in, there's mostly just like a table and perhaps a shelf behind it that have some things on it. This doesn't look like it's like the archives proper. This might just be like maybe it's like a study area, or like where they were sorting things before they go to file it.
Did it land on the floor by the table?
It's on the floor a couple feet away from the table, so not in danger at the moment.
Okay. Because I think mostly what Corin would do is run in, see that, use the claws to knock the torch away towards one of the stone walls that doesn't have anything by it, and then just kind of like run up and slice at a soldier.
Nice. Give me a 20 roll.
7.
You can hit the soldier, or you can move the torch. You will not be able to do both.
I'll hit the soldier.
You attempt to swipe at where the torch is, but you're not really super used to using these in high intensity situations. You
Nope, they're pretty new.
You whiff. Yeah, you've had some practice on the hike, but you don't quite make it, and you were able to pull out one of the fangs and stab it into the soldier. For how much harm does that do?
I'm gonna use the other claw, so that does 3 damage.
Oh. So, fun descriptive thing. Corin has what kind of looks like a mix of brass knuckles, and have you seen those rings that kind of like curve up over the finger to make a little claw?
Yes.
Corin has those.
Tybalt's claws.
You manage to sink your claws and they like go around the armor and like through the links in ways that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but
Oh, I can make it make sense. They've got to connect somewhere. Just find the weak point, go for the seam.
yeah, so you injure this man pretty badly.
Sure hope he was a bad guy.
Well, his friend was trying to light things on fire. Angelo and Rim, are you joining in the chaos?
Yeah, I'm going to go and sneak attack one of them.
You want to go up and get the one that just got stabbed in the side with claws?
How many are left standing?
There are still 3 standing. One is being slowly dissolved by punk bubbles.
I will go to one that has been untouched. And I will basically do a sneak attack where I use my AP to incapacitate a commoner or minion by touching. Do I know whether they're a commoner or minion, or
You get minion vibes. These are the warlord soldiers.
I can incapacitate them by touching one of their pressure points and they fall to the ground unconscious for the next 10 minutes or until they are harmed?
Describe what this looks like.
I'm gonna assume one of them is gonna try to like hit either Punk Bubbles or Corn, whichever one, and I'm just gonna be like suddenly appear behind them and like touch their pressure point on the neck and Vulcan mind. I don't know that thing. Vulcan pinch.
Vulcan neck pinch.
Yeah, and just like bring them down unconscious.
So, Corey, you've got your claws in one soldier and you're looking at the other 2 like, okay, how am I gonna do this? When one of them just falls to the ground and Angelo is standing there.
He's fine. He's just asleep. Don't worry about it.
So, Rim, what do you do?
Everyone is bunched up. So, is the torch still in play?
This torch is still like 2 feet away from the table.
Seeing everyone being pretty good at killing people, Rem is just gonna run for that torch and get it away from the fire. Get it away from the flammable stuff.
Roll me a 20.
18.
You are able to knock it away, and we'll say you're also able to douse it mostly. Might be a couple embers, but it is now not next to the table full of papers.
Rem looks around like, good at murder, good at murder, good at murder. If I throw anything, I'm gonna hurt everybody. He runs, grabs it, and like, nope, 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 nope.
As an aside, believe it or not, Punk Bubbles is not good at murder.
Yeah, we haven't really killed a lot of people.
Fair enough.
Punk Bubbles just likes violence.
Yeah, Punk Bubbles is built for stealth.
Fair enough. The alchemist class that Ben made has a lot of things that do damage in an area, or things that increase damage, like Rune of Elements, where I give one weapon 1 extra damage.
We like make things go boom.
Yeah, I've got those, but y'all are in a group. I don't want to make y'all go boom.
Yeah, I will say this is a big open area, and there are a couple of tunnels that you can see that you would possibly be able to use those items in.
That's a secret item for later.
Just have to be careful to not explode too many things. So, Punk Bubbles, are you going to continue trying to eat this man?
I mean, I just realized I didn't actually do any damage when I did that. I'm just grappling a guy. So I'm gonna double check what corruption does. I grip an organic creature within reach and create a necrotizing wound. The wound turns flesh black-green and branches out from where you touch them. Deals 1 HP immediately, then again at the beginning of the turn, a total of 2 damage. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
It's either do 2 damage over time or stab him right now for 2. So I think I'm just gonna stab him.
Okay.
I guess what you see is within the slime, a bunch of like tiny, because I'm gonna use a knife for this. Normally you do 2 damage, but mechanically that's what it is. But what you see is a bunch of points appear within the goo, stabbing into him from all angles.
Excellent.
Nice. So he's getting needled within the goo.
Yeah.
It's how they chew?
And there's like a real knife in there somewhere. I don't remember where in the goo, but it's like in there somewhere.
Oh, more than one.
You have
Really?
so many actual knives. You have given 2 away, but you have many actual
Oh, I gave
knives.
2 away? Then I'm out
Including
of
to a
knives.
child.
If I
You
gave
gave
2
one to a
away, I'm out of
child.
knives. I'm out of knives entirely. I just have the
Oh.
I have the magic ability to turn my arms into knives now. I don't have any actual physical knives. Probably gave away 2.
You gave 2 to a child. Roll a 20 to see if you could keep this man engulfed, because he does not like his situation.
7.
7. Tough choice. He's either going to break free, or if you want to keep a hold of him, you will have to come out of the barrel.
Oh, I'm not coming out of this barrel no matter what. Fuck that. I ain't doing that. This is my barrel.
After your bunch of sharp things needle him, he manages to gain enough awareness and find his footing and starts to come out of the goo, and he's just like, somebody call for backup!
Oh.
No.
So, Corin, roll 20 as the person you just stabbed is going to attempt to stab you back.
That's a 10. What is happening?
Okay, tough choice.
Hell yeah. Love that for us. It's so good and fun.
You can block it, but you might lose control of one of the fangs for a period of time.
These are mine.
Fangs, not claws.
How would I lose control of the fangs? Yeah, the fangs are my daggers. Oh no, don't take my knife. Ah! Actually, no, take my knife, I dare you. Let's do this. I'll block it.
He swings at you hard, and you are able to block it with one of the fangs, but with how he hits, it gets knocked out of your hand and sent skittering away. And he's going to be attacking again before you have time to attempt to recall the thing at all. But first things first, Rim. What are you doing? You are near the goo engulfed man who is starting to come out of punk bubbles.
Coming out of my goo, and I'm doing just fine.
Fine.
I don't think he's doing fine, my dude.
No, punk bubbles is doing just fine.
Part of me just wants to push the guy. Nope. Get back in there. Back into the goo.
Do you want to try? Give you 20 to see if you can?
Yes.
Do it.
To try
Do
it.
it.
Not 20!
I was rolling because I knew you were gonna ask for one. As it fell on a 20.
Well, shit.
Well,
Yeah,
looks
get
like
back
that
in the
guy's
barrel.
back.
Get back in the goo.
You shove him back in the goo, and as he's going back into the goo, he drops a weapon you can use. A pretty wicked-looking serrated knife, so you now have a dagger that can do 3 points of harm, so you can stab.
This is amazing.
Wow.
So he's coming out as he's screaming, "Somebody call for back!" No. Back into the barrel. Punk bubble, open wide. Get back in there.
They grab the top of the lid and open wide.
Yes.
So he is now partially in the barrel. He is out of commission unless something bad happens. So you now only have 3 people to worry about. Well, 2 people so far, until backup comes. Because one's unconscious and one is pretty badly injured. So Angela, what are you up to?
I'm gonna go sneak attack towards the other one and put him to sleep too.
And that's, once again, just takes AP.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take an AP for that one. As he attacks Corin, I'm gonna go shh next to him and just put my hand on his neck and just pressure point him to go to sleep.
Yeah, so Corin, he is about to bring his sword down on you again, and he just drops like a ragdoll, and there's Angelo.
Do not worry, he's not dead. He's just asleep.
The one inside Punk Bubble might be dead.
Well, yeah.
Slurp. Slurp. He's to the shoulders are in the barrel, and it's starting to get to where you probably don't want to look at it too long, but you don't have a lot of time to worry about it because more soldiers are coming from a couple.
Yeah,
of
first
the
I'm gonna
tunnels.
finish taking out the guy who my claws are in.
He's the
Wait.
one that's unconscious on the ground right now.
Then I'll go for the other guy.
I don't think there's anybody left.
But there
Well,
was
yeah,
four.
there is a third guy because there was three, and then so we have two unconscious people, one of whom was injured by Corin, and then there is a third who, actually, you know what? They haven't had much attention paid to them yet, and there are four of you, so I'm going to roll a d4 and see who they go after. Angelo, roll me a 20 as this third soldier comes after you, because you seem to be the biggest problem aside from the nightmare monstrosity that he's trying to not look at
Sure.
right now.
I got an 18.
Hello.
You just step out of the way as the sword comes down where you were.
Can I do a reaction and it would be a poison attack to it? Or do I have to wait?
Allow it.
Okay, so I am going to grab one of my favorite sauces and I'm going to feed this guy one of my favorite sauces that I put on my spaghetti, and it's really, really delicious. And I'm going to spend 3 of my APs to feed this man. According to this, it's purple, but basically the thing is the victim collapses and is paralyzed for the next day.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun. So you just shove your food in this man's face.
This is my favorite meal, my favorite sauce, and I shove it down his throat, and then it's actually a poison that causes the victim to collapse and be paralyzed for the next day.
Yeah, so there are now 3 people in varying states of paralysis laying on the ground, and a 4th person who is slowly being eaten by punk bubbles. More soldiers keep coming in.
They already seen us?
Backup was coming as you were fighting these, so
When we see more soldiers come in, can I do a thing?
go for it.
I'd like to use canister capsium, which makes a high explosive grenade, spicy smoke screen that distracts anyone in the blast radius.
Okay.
A spicy smoke
Is
screen?
that a-
Yes, that's what Ben wrote. Spicy smoke screen.
It's Ben. What would you expect?
It's been.
It
Beat me to
deals
it.
1 physical
So is
damage.
that a roll or AP?
It's AP. Takes 1 AP. Being extremely new to quest, do I need to roll if it takes AP or?
I don't think so.
Not unless it says so.
I'll read it entirely then. Makes a high explosive grenade that deals 1 physical damage in a wide area and creates a spicy smoke screen that is distracting to anyone in the blast radius. Targets in the area either deal 1 less damage for the rest of the combat or miss on a defense roll of 6 to 10. Only lasts 1 turn against elites, does not work on nemesis.
So I'll say there are 4 tunnels that people could be coming down, and you are able to, with that, the smoke screen covers 2 of them. So that will help disorientate people, the soldiers who are coming through. Anything else people want to do?
I'm going to shout, "Don't you know who I am?"
Oh!
I know it's an ability, but I don't know what it does.
I am going to start shouting, "Don't you know who I am? I am one of the famous generals of the warlord. And these fools have attacked me and my companions before I could even explain to them that I was sent here by the warlord." And then I'm going to wink at my party, and each of my nearby party members must now proclaim an incredible fact that creates my identity. For example, you can bring attention to the fact that I fought in a great war with the warlord or whatever, but basically each of us will now claim something that I, as a warlord, as a general, did for the warlord. And when everyone is finished, there is a captive audience of people who crowd around me. But basically that is what I'm going to be doing while there's like soldiers coming in. I'm just going to shout, "Don't you know who I am?" And again, I'm going to spend an AP there. Also, use your AP. This is the finale.
Yeah.
Fair.
The thing I was going to do that what might fuck with that a little bit was I was just going to disguise myself so that we don't have to deal with the fact there's a slime person here. I'm just gonna like turn myself into like a backpack barrel for somebody. So we just
My backpack's back.
just move
Yeah.
past the slime in the room.
So that you don't have to try and speak at them.
Yeah. I mean, if I did say anything, it would just be stabs, girl.
No, it's okay. It'll be my barrel friend.
I will allow for Punk Bubbles to not have to take part in that just because Punk Bubbles is Punk Bubbles and you're a barrel now. You're just a barrel in the middle of the room. But what does everyone else say?
So we have to like make up something, anything.
Yeah,
It's a fantastical
Yeah.
fact.
that goes
fake,
along with
amazing-
the general of the warlord thing.
Play into it. This is a great general. These people weren't listening. You should respect them.
That's why they are now unconscious and on the floor, because before we could explain who we are, they started attacking.
Oh, and just to be sure, the guy that I'm eating is like dead. I'm like casting corruption on him to like, digest him.
So now he's in a barrel disguised as a backpack.
Yeah. Actually, I feel like you probably, since you're eating a large body, you've had to like pretend to be a tipped over barrel behind the table.
Sure,
Because there's still a large amount of a body poking out of you.
sure, works for me.
Rem and Corin, what do you add to this tale?
You're drawing a blank too, aren't you, Emily?
Oh no, I have something, but Rem actually knows Angelo. I don't.
So you go first, please.
This is the very same general who saved the warlord's life at the campaign in Death's Hollow. How dare you all?
Exactly.
Exactly like my compatriots said. And this is the general who brought the warlord's army to a crushing victory in the city of the mist, taking them by surprise by the route that no one expected, and they deigned to attack us.
I did think of a way I can contribute and also stop having to have the body in the barrel. I just weakened at Barney's the guy.
Oh my god.
Like Marionette. I have him point at Angel and go, very cool.
Get a 20 roll from Punk Bubbles to see how convincing this is. I mean,
11.
so the soldiers, as they come in, the ones who come in from the tunnels that got smoke bombed come in like gasping and coughing because it smells terrible. They're disoriented. But the ones from the other tunnels like, okay, good to know we have the place secured. Let's get to business. We need to make sure everything in here is destroyed.
We have it covered. You go back to where you came from.
While I tried my best to just be a barrel on the floor, like imagining the slime is like in this dude's shirt, keeping him up, and the barrel's like mostly on the ground, And I was like, carry on. I just have him like salute and be like, okay.
He said he wanted all hands on deck for this. We need to get this done soon. We don't want to give them any chances to sneak any more information away. Let's go. And they just start to walk past you towards, there's a door behind where the table was, which you assume leads to the rest of the archives.
The second they're out of the room, I drop the body.
Oh, there's a bunch of people coming through the
Oh,
room.
gotcha. Okay. I stand there with the body until they're all gone.
Every last one of them is going towards the main archive.
They are there to head into the main archives to destroy everything. They are convinced you work with them. But they also have all the flammable canisters and so forth.
Are they like in a group with a bunch of flammable canisters on them?
There's probably a group with a bunch of flammable canisters. They will also remind you are underground.
Ah, yes. Fuck.
Don't make too big of a boom.
I'm trying.
If anybody else has another plan, all I'm going to be doing is telling them. The general says stop. The warlord has changed his mind, and he has a different plan for the archives.
If I can suggest something, rather than going straight to stop, we need to, the general that he trusts, needs to investigate the archives to make sure there aren't traps set up for us first. You need to be the first one in.
I need to be the first one in. All right. Stop and come back. This is a very important archive, and therefore, there will be booby traps. Do you think they will just let you burn this place without causing any harm? I need to be the first one in. I will be your savior. And therefore, I will be bringing 3 people in. And then I point to Rem, and I point to Corin and Weekend at Bernie's. They are my special group of people that will make sure to detrap this place and make sure you can burn this place safely. Do you want to die or do you want to live?
Love.
Yes, General.
Of course, General. You go ahead, and we will be on standby if you need any backup.
Of course, this might take a while, but this is safer and for the quickest way for all of us instead of us all dying down here. Do you understand?
I mean, I will gladly die for the cause, General, but if you insist.
Dying. Horrible.
At this point, Angela will turn to face that soldier and go and caress his face. No. We have lost too many. You have to live for the cause. Do you understand? Live for the cause. To die is easy, but to live is hard. Let's see if I can do something here.
If you can't, I can.
You're lucky I rolled an 11 on Corin maintaining a straight face.
I don't have it. I would like to roll a straight 20 to give this man this whole feeling that he must follow me and believe me because of the inspiration I'm giving him. And that is an 18 again.
As you were very close to this man, you notice that your words seem to sink in, but you also get the feeling it's kind of like he's not all there.
Awesome. Good. Now, guard this door and don't let anyone else in. Do you all understand? And I point to everybody that's listening to me, hearing my orders.
They're all standing at rapt attention, do not want to get in any trouble. It seems like this one person in particular was the only one who had the wherewithal to ask any questions. The rest just follow.
Awesome. And then I lead the 3 into the room and close the door behind us.
So to make it super way better than it is right now, I'm going to use my ability Shadow, and I am invisible. I'm still going to weaken at Bernie this guy, but I'm invisible while it's happening at least.
Okay. And again, funny as you attempt to puppet this.
It is 2 AP.
Pretty much that guy.
Yeah, just know I'm using 2 AP for that.
Okay.
I'm invisible for the next minute straight. I'm gonna roll real quick. Weekend at Bernie's. 15.
So the barrel and the slime is invisible, and I think everyone is a little surprised how well the corpse was able to walk and puppeted by punk bubbles.
I do one thing before I go in though, while I'm invisible. Well, I'm invisible anyway. I walk into the guy who Angela was talking to, and I'm gonna sneak Queen Bee into his pocket and use my tracker ability. I can now track wherever that is, just in case they move somewhere. I will be able to follow the Queen Bee with all the other bees in my goo.
Can I get another roll to see if he notices this?
18.
I'm being selfish when I say you need to get new dice.
Yeah, where's my good rolls?
He does not notice as you just casually stick a bee in his pocket, and then now you are all sealed in the archives, and there are just rows and rows of shelves with neatly organized scrolls. This place is huge.
Yep, I grabbed my knife before we went in.
Well, that bought us some time. How are we gonna stop all of them from burning this place down?
How many were there?
It's probably about like 10 or 15.
No, that's a lot.
The team sent down to burn down the archives. And now you see that there's a lot of archives. It makes sense that they would send that many.
Well, we could always try and pick them off. Are there any other
Yes.
entrances in here? Yeah, Corin's gonna start looking for other doors to make sure that we don't need to secure other areas.
If you find a door, another entrance, tell me, please.
Will do.
Get me a roll.
14. Finally, something decent.
You are able to find several more doors. There are a lot of ways in and out of the archives. You still have that voice echoing in the back of your head. It's not going away. You will fall, and it will be your fault. Your god will fall. As you walk farther away from your friends, finding doors and alerting Rim, it just gets louder. And you feel like something's watching you.
Just gonna pull out the fangs and start twirling my knives. Comfort in repetition.
Can I tell that Corin's like feeling a little off their game right now?
Roll to see.
10?
Tough choice.
Fuck.
Do you not notice, or do you misread what kind of mood they're in?
Ooh. Misread. That is more in character. I think?
Yeah,
I don't
More
know.
fun.
What's the funny way that Punk Bubbles misinterprets Corin's mood as they are playing with their knives?
You just said knives, so
Feels
Bars.
like Corin looks almost excited. Twirling their knives. Just, they look like they're really having a good time right now.
Your friend just looks excited. I will say, Rim, since you were following and doing something to the doors, I'm assuming you could also roll 20 to see if you catch it.
No, 2.
That whisper starts again. You're going to be too late.
Too late for what?
You won't get it done in time.
I don't even know what I'm trying to get done.
It'll all fall and it'll all be your fault. Why do you even bother?
Do I notice Rem hearing this little voice thingy?
Would you like to roll to see if you notice that Rim is once again slightly agitated?
It is a natural 20, and I'm rolling really good today.
Wow.
Angelo, you notice it in Rim first, then you notice in Corin. You realize they're both hearing lies in their head repeated. This is part of how the warlord works. He gets into your head, makes you believe something. He's working on both of them right now. You don't know when this might have started.
Do I know of a way to stop it?
The best way to stop someone from believing a lie is to show them the truth. Help them see the truth. But you know this is part of how he works.
Alright, I have an idea. I'm gonna look at Corin and Rem, and I'm gonna say, so, how long have you been hearing voices in your head?
I imagine
again?
both of us snap at the same time, like, I would say ever since I had that nightmare in your friend's room.
Mm-hmm. And Corin?
Since I spoke to a statue that was cursed by, I believe, our beloved friend that the general saved his life, the warlord.
I mean, you have a much better reason. I just had a bad dream.
That too.
The warlord does this. He has somehow gotten into your head, probably telling you what a bunch of failures you are. I'm gonna say this once, and then I'm gonna need your help to have you believe it.
I swear to God, all of the gods, if you say belief is a powerful thing.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they are lies. And that's how he works. He tells you lies. So, whatever it is you're hearing in your head, it's the opposite. Now, whether that'll work for you or not, but that is the truth. What you're hearing in your head, the voice, they're lies. I may not be the general to this warlord, but I know how he works.
I'm gonna do a thing that's gonna cost 4 AP in the end to do this.
Okay.
There goes your AP.
I have 2 left. I grab Corin's hand and I grab Rim. I can take both your hands and put them together, and I grab Angelo's hand and put it in the pile. And I'm gonna cast Relieve, which is I say inspirational words. You say something comforting to a nearby creature, leaving them of anxiety, pain, and discomfort for 1 hour. The creature cannot be affected by fear or confusion. For a brief time, they feel better than they have ever felt before. And on top of that, I'm also using Nox on both of you, which is you touch someone and give them up to 3 effects from this list. So I'm giving you both increased confidence and alertness.
Angelo fully weeps and says, "You're right, guy. You're right, buddy. You're awesome."
Thank you, Punk Bubbles. Thank you. And thank you, Angelo.
I'll say with that, Rim, you remember what you had read the first time you read those letters from your family? You don't really remember what they said anymore. You don't remember what you read that first time. You just remember what they actually said. Those lies that had wormed their way in start to fade. And Corin, similar happens to you. That nightmare that you had after dealing with the literal nightmare statue, it doesn't feel as much as like it was foretelling something. I think maybe you all 3 start to wonder what else he may have lied about.
I can technically burn another 2 AP to cast the same thing on Angelo, but I think you're fine.
Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm like super confident as hell.
Oh, yeah. Angelo is made of yes.
And
Yes,
and. Yes, and. Perfect.
Yeah, so
Sorry, that was so
I'll say-
stupid.
no,
Probably
no,
give me.
sweet though.
we're gonna love
lovely.
that so much.
Yes. It's going on a
Just
t-shirt
the
and everything.
Seriousness, just the seriousness with which you said that.
Yes.
The delivery was
It's all I ever
perfection.
wanted.
I've never been more inspired by gibberish.
Yeah, Corin didn't even
So-
say anything, just kind of reached a paw out and kind of pet Punk Bubbles.
The slime in your fur is no longer as unsettling as it used to be. You've kind of gotten used to it. You also know
Mhm.
it will just evaporate.
Yeah, I've been carrying him as a backpack.
Reminder that does evaporate faster if you put salt on it. That is a thing.
Are they a slug?
Sure.
We don't know.
That is an excellent question. I think, Rim, you do get temporarily distracted by, like, wait, what? You look at your hand and it just fades away.
Huh. Interesting. All right.
You go to the doorways and attempt to secure as much as you can, but after a point, there are some soldiers who do make it in.
If I may, the reasons why I wanted to know about doors is I have spiritual sealant and taunter's trap.
Okay.
I knew you'd have something like that.
Yes. Inscribe a door, wall, or object with a seal that acts as a strong lock, prevents interdimensional, ethereal, and incorporeal travel through it. Used on multiple times to seal the entire room. I'm not going to use it on every door because it costs 1 AP. And taunter's trap. Inscribe a rune that, when walked over, touched, or otherwise activated in a manner of your choosing, explodes, dealing 2 elemental damage to everything in a close range to it.
So how much AP are you willing to spend?
Yeah, so I think what Rem would like to do is put a taunter's trap at the main door, and I want to keep enough AP to use my secret weapon and seal 2 other ways. So it'll cost me 4 APs to put 1 trap at the main door, where I'm expecting them to come in basically because they have no reason to use the others, and just seal 2 other doors.
End up coming in through the main door after a while. More men come in, men who were not there to hear Angelo's speech.
We did get like a heads up that they're coming because of the bee.
Mm-hmm.
True, yeah.
Just so we're not jumped by surprise.
Between that and the trap, you do get a heads up of when and where they're coming in. And can I just get everyone to roll just a general 20 as you start battling?
I dropped the dice. Oh, no.
No, no.
Again? I need some better rolls. I might have to switch to physical dice because this digital die roller is not doing it for me.
Imagine not using physical
Tonight.
dice.
Right? I'm using the dice I got from my wife as a anniversary gift.
Oh.
They're super pretty. How many?
And-
Everyone uses a weapon, right?
I turned my arms into weapons.
Yes, everyone has a weapon or is a weapon. And
Okay.
you do have a knife.
Yes.
I am so many weapons.
Mm.
This is more of just like a general montage of trying to keep soldiers from getting into the archives.
I got a 6.
16, Angelo, you are kicking butt and taking names.
15 for me.
Rim, you are surprisingly good with that knife.
I'm imagining Rem, like, he stabs, he throws something in someone's face, he turns around. Pocket sand everywhere.
You fight dirty.
Oh yeah, Rem is not a clean fighter. He bit someone in the first episode.
Yeah.
There's more biting.
Punk Bubbles, what'd you get?
19.
Oh my god, that
19.
the satisfaction on their face.
You are reveling in the violence.
I say the longest sentence I've ever said in this campaign. Ow. Punk bubbles.
Is you just like stab, stab, stab,
Yeah,
stab,
yeah.
stab.
Punk Bubbles is king.
And hey, Corin, what'd you get?
Frustrated because I've been looking forward to getting back to combat for so long with all of my new toys, and I got a 9.
Oh, buddy.
Ooh,
Do
a 9.
you want to trade? I'll do the 9.
With some prep we did, could we upgrade that?
I do have increased confidence and alertness.
I have a thing. So, question. You gotta trust me here. Do you lose the fangs or the claws in this fight?
I am not letting go of these claws.
So, you lose the fangs. You don't know where they went. And you're making do with the claws. And I think there's a moment where you reach back out of instinct to where you normally keep the fangs. And your hand does wrap around something. And you whip this glaive around that hasn't been seen in a very long time, as you have found Tybalt's tail.
Let's go!
Which is a glaive that can also act as a whip.
Corin Glade has a glaive. Finally!
You know it's Tybalt's. Haldir said something about, you find the first two, the third one finds you. Tybalt's always been a weird one.
Yeah, cats, you know.
So with the glaive, I believe that bumps you up to a success. So you are able to handle yourselves pretty well. But they just kind of keep coming, and there's a moment where you're starting to worry.
Philomena is the first to find the warlord. He is standing overlooking the divine glass, flanked by 2 guards. And this is just after the midday curfew comes to an end.
I'm going to use 2 AP and I'm going to cast Thunderous Word. Thunderous Word is basically a thundershock. So I speak the word, which I have chosen very creatively to be Thunderclap. 3 creatures in my line of sight are knocked back and take 2 damage and are stunned for their next turn.
The soldiers are knocked away, knocked off their feet, and Foster, you hear this, and you've recognized the voice.
First, relief, because, oh my gosh, she's alive. Second, I'm going to kill her and run up the bow and just whoosh fly to where the voice is.
Meanwhile, as Foster, you are rushing to find your wife in all of this chaos. Philomena, you continue to attack and fight against the warlord, trading blows, trading insults.
Thunderclap. 16. I'm going for his face. I'm gonna make him bleed, and I'm going to make him bleed where they can see it. Actually, I would like to go across his forehead so that even if, like, when he stands up, then the blood will go in his eyes also, which might give me an advantage.
This just makes him even angrier. He orders his men to stay back because he wants to deal with you himself. And so the fight continues.
I'm going to use 2 AP, and I'm going to use Petition. Sword pointed at his face. I'm going to say, in the unknown name of the god I serve, I pray for strength against the lies. And that restores all of my hit points.
You feel the power of your goddess filling you, burning through you, restoring you. And you also feel like she's proud of you. She's stronger now, stronger than she's ever been. And when the warlord recognizes this, he looks afraid.
I imagine she's crouched on the roof and just sprints off and is... I don't think it'll work this turn, but she's going to try if next turn and do use Corrupt on the guy. Like, grab his face and just slam him into the ground.
The warlord is backpedaling, trying to save face, trying to save dignity, when Foster lands on the ground next to Philomena.
And she's going to give Philomena a small smile and then pull herself up to her full. I think we said she's like 6 foot height, something around there. Wings out, looking very scary, calmly walking forward. You attacked our home, our people, and you attacked my wife, and Spartan kick him down using corruption. 13?
Hey, babe, nice of you to drop in.
Good to see you too. And because I use corrupt, he does take 1 hit point of damage immediately.
Do you want to see something cool?
Always.
I'm going to use all of my remaining AP, and I'm going to use Smite and condemn this creature. Speak a word or phrase condemning a nearby creature that you can see. You engulf the target in radiant flame, hitting it for 10 HP. If the damage dealt is enough to kill the creature, it explodes into ash, and its body and spirit are permanently obliterated. Liar.
This attack injures him badly, but it doesn't quite kill him. And as he is on his knees, he is staggered under the weight and the power of this attack. He makes a strange statement. I am where you are, and you are where I am. There's power that fills in these words, unlike anything you've felt before. It's strange as what he says becomes the truth. And now you are standing near the edge of the cliff, with a long fall behind you and only the divine glass beneath you. And the warlord says, "It's going to end just like it did last time, little one."
There is only one person I tolerate calling me little one, and you are not a cat! And I'm gonna charge his ass!
There's a bit of a scuffle before the warlord is able to get his hands on Philomena, and he literally just throws her into Foster. They both start to fall. They're both falling and falling, but this time they are falling together. Foster is there and is able to grab hold of Philomena. This isn't like the last time. You will save her, but it does take some time to get a hold of her and get positioned so you can start flying, and you strain to change direction and start going up, and you just barely manage to avoid crashing into the glass. And as you start to lift back up into the air holding Philomena, you feel your claw just scraping against the glass. It's kind of a familiar sensation. You feel some of the glass flaking away as you start to fly up, making the long trip back up to the top of the cliff. And you're going up, and you hear the tinkling sound of glass cracking. And then it shatters, and there is light surrounding you, going through you as all of the divine energy that has been trapped in the divine glass since the end of the war between the gods is released, and it floods through you and goes to all of the gods who remain, and it lifts you up. You're no longer having to fly, it's carrying you up higher and higher and higher as you remember all of the things that were forgotten. So much of what was lost has been restored. The gods who remained, the gods who fought to keep people safe, are restored and empowered. And you actually fly up over the cliff, and you can see in the surrounding area near the foothills of the mountain that leads up to Haven's Reach, there are these armies, and for a moment you worry that the warlord brought more reinforcements, and there's just so many. But then you recognize something. You recognize some of the armor, the standards that are being carried, the wide variety. This isn't the warlord's army. This is the people of Trefos, rising to stand against a tyrant who wants to destroy and remake the world. Everywhere you've been, people have followed. And they're people from places you've never heard of, never thought of, who have come. Philomena, you catch in the distance there is this, it looks like a ripple passing over the ground. You remember what Haldir said about there being others like Punk Bubbles, and it appears they are also coming to the rescue. And then you hear a very, very distant sound of a large body of glass shattering. And one thing people know about Haven's Reach is there's a valley in the mountains that is filled with what is referred to as the Divine Glass, believed to be the place of the last battle in the war between the gods. There's divine energy trapped within it. People have been trying to break this for countless generations. And you have no doubt in your mind that that divine glass just shattered. Because as you were fighting and you are worn down and you aren't sure if you're going to be able to fight all that are coming for you, you find yourself with full AP, full HP, and you can use all the legendary abilities of your main class.
What?
Because where do you think the divine energy went but to the gods? And most of you have a divine connection. And I will also say that the soldiers have brought in some monsters with them. Corin, you have your connection to Tybalt. Angelo, you have your connection to Belladonna, and perhaps a touch of divinity of your own given where you came from. And Rem, you have your connection to Mala Yaga, the goddess of alchemy. Punk Bubbles, do you think you have a god?
I am my own god. My body is a temple devoted to me.
Wow.
There is no one above the punk, for there is only Bubbles.
That's fair. I was also going to suggest, I think you might hear a brief word from the goddess of lost and forgotten things who you figured out existed several sessions before I was going to do that reveal. You hear her voice saying, "I've always done a good job of taking care of people. Let me lend you a hand." And that's when you feel that rush of energy.
Okay.
What abilities do we want to use to destroy people?
People? You said there's a monster?
Ebonite.
You don't have to kill all of the people, because I will say, like, not long after this, you notice some of the soldiers start to act, like, a little confused, and Angelo, I think you would be the most likely to notice where they looked like they weren't all there. It looks like some of them are starting to come to a little bit.
You said there's monsters, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. What is the nearest monster look like? What's the biggest monster?
I'll say there's this big, scaly monstrosity that is currently shoving its way through the main door, because that's the only door it'll fit through.
It's gonna be Rem.
right up to it.
Just lots of teeth.
I walk right up to it.
Mm-hmm.
I part the sea of soldiers to stand before this monster. And I go, oh, hello.
Snarls in your face and tries to snap at you, but it can't quite get its mouth open enough as it's shoving through the doorway.
I think when it stabs at me, it like bites off an arm, which I just like grow back in a second. And when it eats part of me, it comes under the effect of the bitter gift. I spend 9 AP. The target of the spell falls unconscious for the next minute as their body rapidly experiences 1 million years of evolution towards self-awareness. The evolutionary process alters the animal's physical features and capabilities in ways you may not expect. The new creature is thrown into the world with competency in one language, a sense of self-identity, and a vague awareness of its past life, including new specific memories of significant moments. Another way of putting it, they are now a person like you. The creature knows you gave it life.
So in a matter of minutes, you are now staring at a very confused-looking dragon.
Hello.
You're gonna have to get some magicians down here, like, shrink it down to get it out.
Okay.
All right.
We'll figure it out.
While that happens, I am going to use the Artifice, which is a mask that projects an illusion, transforming my image and my voice. And I'm going to transform myself into the warlord, and I'm going to order all of the people, all of the soldiers that are like sort of getting confused and coming about. Like, I feel like they're just getting like distracted. I'm going to use that, basically order them to go towards a door, and before they go there, I'm going to use Shadow Cutter, which is a bracelet that can stretch to form a loop large enough to go through, and they can just basically, I'm going to teleport them to a random plane, a random safe plane if I can.
Okay.
So I'm going to use 5 AP for both the Artifice and the Shadow Cutter. So that basically I'm going to teleport them somewhere safe, because I feel like it's not really their fault. They look like they've been mind controlled or something, or, not there. So that's what I'm going to do.
Also, you're able to get about a dozen of these soldiers out, and as they are going through this loop, as the last one goes through, you just hear the moment when he comes fully back to himself and just says, "Oh my god, what have we done?" And many of the other soldiers are starting to drop their weapons, like hands up, backing away from the monsters. Whatever control the warlord had over them is gone. But there's still 3 more monsters left, and a very confused dragon.
Of the 3 legendaries, there's only actually one that could be used really quick. The other 2 are like, you have to plan in advance to use them. There's one that's you create a legendary item, and the other one is like a resurrection ritual of some type. So I will use Final Form. Makes a mutation that turns into a gigantic, terrifying, city-crushing monstrosity, the likes of which the world has never seen. You become a Nemesis-level NPC.
You're going to be smaller than that, but you can still be rather impressive.
I was hoping we could just workshop it to not, like,
Yes.
be too gigantic.
The size is appropriate to the space that you're in. What do you look like, and what are you facing off against?
What monsters are there?
There is a monster that looks like it's been crafted together with plants a very, very long time ago, but has been very warped and cursed, and There were some really messed up creatures that came out of the war between the gods that still wander around. These are those. There's one thing that looks like it may once have been a bear. It's hard to tell how many legs it has, and it has a lot of teeth.
All right. So the way this is gonna happen is Rem is gonna take out his canister with Moira. Open the canister. Moira will slither up and around his arms until she envelops him. He'll drink one vial that glows a eerie, iridescent mix of purple and green, and will become size appropriate. His horns grow out. Around his neck, he has this, like, I don't want to say a collar, but more like a huge collar that goes to his extremities that wiggles and wriggles as it's made of smoke, being essentially Moira that is taking over his body. His jaw extends, his fangs come out. He looks at the plant monster. Interesting. I don't believe you're actually made of anything organic now anymore, are you? Moira, my dear. Let's see what we can do. And he'll just run towards that one.
Give me a 20 to see how this kaiju fight goes. And I'll let you upgrade it because you're badass.
Yeah. That is a 9.
Cool.
Upgrades
you
to a success.
succeed.
Yes, I am the kaiju.
So Nemesis Rem just starts chewing up the giant nightmare plant monster. Definitely doesn't taste organic. You're not sure what's going on there, but you are handily winning this fight. And Corin, that leaves you with the may once have been a bear.
Yeah, I don't really know that I can use any of my legendary abilities anymore, because the one that I could have done something with is now no longer relevant. And one of them is Wild Evolution, which is choose an animal form. Well, I've got one. So, yeah, I'm just gonna use my fun new glaive and go after it with Wild Attack.
Go for it. What's Wild Attack look like?
Well, I just rolled a nat 20.
Oh yeah!
Finally.
Let's go!
Goal.
Wild Attack. You attack with reckless power, disregarding your safety. So I'm just rushing in, not paying attention anymore, because I know these soldiers just put their weapons down. I'm not going to worry about them, it's just you and me. On a nat 20, I deal quadruple damage. How much damage does this glaive do, Bree?
Describe to me how you channel your god and eviscerate this monster.
Have you ever seen a cat face off like a large dog or any sort of large creature? Like, I know there are little house cats that would go after a bear if they felt threatened enough. So Corin is just done with the warlord's bullshit. It's like, I have been going across this country with people that I don't even know to places I've never heard of, and you dare try to tell me what's going to happen to my god? My god's right here. And now I have a big knife. Just charge up, swing the glaive straight through it, not stopping, whips it around to face it again, and then just swings it back down right on top of it.
Yeah, and since both of those monsters were product of war between the gods, it was a very long time ago. Once they're dead, there's not much left. Although, Rem, you might be able to get some fun stuff for potions.
Interesting.
As you're slowly lowered down to the ground, you are both at full HP, full AP, and you get access to all of your legendary abilities. The warlord stares at you, panicked, frightened, weakened, and you know the divine power went to all of the gods who remain. This man who tried to convince so many and managed to convince so many that he is a god didn't get any of it. And he knows.
Oh, you wanna be! Now, I will use compel truth. Roll the dice, 1 AP. Your eyes glow like blue flames as you look into the eyes of a nearby creature and grip their mind. Okay, 10. On a 6 to 10, target is compelled to answer one question truthfully. I just need the one. And I'm going to stare him dead in his lying eyes, and I'm going to ask him, are you a god?
He tries to fight against this compulsion, tries to not answer, but he can't. He starts ranting and rambling that he is going to claim what is his. He will not be stopped, but in that rambling, he does quietly, awkwardly admit that he is not a god.
I didn't hear that.
He says, I may not be a god, but this world is still going to be mine. You can't stop me. He's trying to save face, but when people hear him say this, hear him admit it, his lie is removed and removes his power and whatever divinity he may have possessed. He is now perfectly mortal.
So how does that feel to be truthful for once in your life, instigator? Chaos bringer?
The warlord lashes out in anger, no longer thinking, just acting and attacking out of rage and desperation. He knows he's lost, but that doesn't mean he's going to give up without a fight.
Rebuke. 1 AP, righteous word at approaching creature. I have clones that rush at him, push him back, and deal 1 damage.
He is overwhelmed by the clones and the divinity and the power, and he is not able to fight back.
Can Foster fly up and do a haymaker, but while doing that, cast Afflict, which is 3 AP. You touch a creature, cursing them with an affliction that lasts up to 1 month. Choose a symptom each time you use this ability. She's going to try Clumsy, where the creature's extremities feel awkward to use. They are unable to wield weapons effectively, and they drop things constantly. Foster is scary. She just hasn't really used it yet. And I have to roll to make sure I don't become affected, which I did a 15, so I do not become affected. And it only affects him.
This spell slams into him, and he is unable to stand up straight or hold on to his weapons. He is fumbling. He is wavering. Everything about him is starting to fall apart. He's lost, and he knows it.
Having trouble there? Oh, divine one.
The fight continues, the warlord growing more and more desperate until he does something that's probably not the wisest thing in the world. He goes to attack Foster, and he lands a hit. It hurts.
Ow. She kind of clutches at it and just growls, backing away. I'm just waiting. Just watching him.
You should not have done that. Liar! And I'm going to use Smite again. It turns them to ash and it permanently destroys body and soul. My roll is anything except a catastrophe. I'm fine. It's a 3. I'm fine. If I had rolled a 1, then he would have become a dark passenger in my mind, able to see everything I see and talk at me in the back of my brain, but I rolled a 3, so I'm fine. I'm good. He's just fucking gone.
With that final word, that single divine accusation, the warlord is gone. There's no coming back. He is free. The world is safe. The gods can breathe and relax again. Things can go back to the way that they were without having this monster, this fool trying to twist things. And it takes a minute for the word to start to spread, but most of his loyal followers seem to come out of some sort of haze or fugue state. It's like they come back to themselves and they surrender immediately. Most of them were acting under his influence, under his persuasion. There were some who were genuinely loyal. There were some who believed and were acting on their own volition, and they are quickly dealt with. But for the most part, everyone was acting on lies. And now that he's gone, they're free of that. They still have to come to terms with what they did under his influence and under his orders, but they're free. And a celebration starts, and it spreads throughout all of Haven's Reach. You did it. You saved the world. And everyone knows it was you.
Finally, now's the perfect time just to run over, lift Philomena up and kiss her and just do a little spin around while doing so and just be very happy. My wife is here. She's alive. We didn't die.
I have so much to tell you.
I'm actually, and she's going to reach in her bag and pull out a journal full of letters and stories. I wrote everything down so I wouldn't forget.
I didn't write everything down, but I found your parents.
What?
Yeah!
Blink, 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 blink.
They've been turned to stone for 20 years.
Blink, 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 blink. I think at all this Foster EX just stops working and just falls and just starts crying and hugging Philomena tightly, like, oh my god, just relief.
And apparently, my mom freaking you told here. The Bard. Which is crazy.
Foster just laughs. We're going to have another wedding ceremony, you realize? They're not going to be happy they missed it.
I am still wearing the flower crown Punk Bubbles made me. I'm not sure that I can take it off, actually. I think it may have glued itself to my hair.
Foster just has no words at this point, just holding Philomena's face in their hands and just smiling and crying and just taking it all in. Did we, and she finally gets her words, did we just save the world?
Yeah, I think we did.
Does that mean we can go home?
Yeah. Let's go home. I should probably say goodbye to my friends, though.
And I'll say there's a point when, Angelo, you just know the warlord's gone.
Oh.
It's like almost like a sigh of relief. He is no more, and you are still in these archives that contain all of the records of the gods who remained, and Rim, as you gradually go back to yourself after having a very impressive kaiju fight where you somehow managed to not destroy anything important.
Surprisingly, yes.
Good job.
Thank you.
You eventually go back to normal, and I think you remember what Schmendrick told you about how the warlord killed his people's gods, and you think back to that potion that Mama Yaga had you make.
Oh my, yes.
You never really figured out what it was. Would you like to roll to see?
That is a 14.
It's a potion of restoration that you said you had a sort of a resurrection legendary ability, right?
Yeah, equivalent exchange. It's a long one.
Gotcha. So
yeah, it's a long thing. It's a
Alchemists
ritual.
and all that.
Yeah.
yeah, fair.
Or there's Magna Opus, which is create a legendary item.
As you're looking at this is a very powerful restorative that was made under the watch and with the blessing of the goddess of alchemy. And you realize you have a choice to make, because yes, this could be used to get rid of the blight and restore everything in Montpre, but it might also be possible to bring back some of the gods who were lost when the warlord started trying to purge everything.
Oh, bring back the purged gods or save my home? It's a very difficult decision.
I mean, it's something you all can talk about, because the archives are safe.
Oh, I have 1 AP left, and I remember Angelo was asking about my bees. So I walk up to Angelo, hand him a bee, and it stings him, and yeah, now he's just like sweaty. He's just real sweaty. For the next hour, you're just
Awesome.
like real sweaty.
Describe to me what the thing you just did to Angelo is. Is it like
Nox, you touch a creature, give them the combination effects for the next hour. You may choose up to 3. I picked sweaty.
okay? I had to ask for clarification because if it was like a poison related,
No,
Angelo is immune to all poisons and venoms.
just sweaty.
Just had a good workout.
I had 1 AP left.
I have so much AP left now.
I'm gonna look at this bee,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna be like, "You're the best thing ever. Thank you for making me feel really, really good." Angelo likes the sweat. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't like that. And I walk away.
That's too bad.
You're weird.
Says the jelly.
For my thing, I'll say like Rem is putting stuff away, and that's how he falls across like putting everything together.
You find like sub records that mention the town and
Mhm.
the gods who remained, and you notice that the pages are blank, and you remember the story he told you.
Baba Yaga's cauldron.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Counterspell.
I
Sorry, I don't know.
I think I figured out how to. Yes. It all makes sense now. But I could also use it for. Oh my. I have a conundrum.
What is your conundrum?
Well, when I was with Foster in Mama Yaga's hut, she had me work on. She had me work on something, and I just put everything together, and I found the records, and I believe I could do one of two things. Complete my goal of curing the blight affecting my home, or this is also very weird how these two things work together. Bring back the dead gods.
Can you do both of them? Or is it like a choice thing?
It's a choice. There's only enough for one.
Oh, well then, save your family. Who cares about the gods?
Right? Got one for gods.
You could just feel Belladonna crossing her arms, staring you down, Angelo.
And I am staring at her back.
What if the gods could save your family?
That is also very good.
Can I stare at Belladonna back? I mean, like, you can bring your own self back. You don't need Angelo to sacrifice his family. Bring your own self back.
Actually, I don't hate what Corinne's saying. I mean...
Did Angelo say that loud enough that we could hear you? Or were you just, like, speaking to her in your head?
No, I'm speaking out loud.
Okay. I don't think the gods can bring themselves back. That's why we're here.
Then they're not very good gods anyway.
They're as good as you believe them to be.
Although, I do think bringing them back will return knowledge, and by doing that, I could probably find an alternative cure.
Hey, Rim, you want to roll me another 20?
4.
Never mind, there's a thought that doesn't occur to you.
Damn it.
There is no third option when it comes to how to use this potion.
I have a question. The archives are in stone in the mountain, like buried in tunnels under the mountain, right?
Mhm.
That would count as a monument, like a mountain, canyon, or statue for Memories of Stone, wouldn't it? Yeah. I want to know what the mountain has to tell me. I want to know what the archives have to tell me.
I was gonna say, does anyone else want to roll 20 to see if they can think of another way out of this conundrum?
Of course, I will.
Fine, I'll roll.
I'll roll.
18.
11.
If he made the potion once, why can't he just make it again?
In my internal monologue, I think it's my final Punk Bubbles internal monologue. What a fucking moron. Just make 2.
Yeah, you made 15 of yourself.
Anyway, I have a new best friend. It's a dragon. Fuck all y'all.
Oh my god, now I'm picturing, you know how they have like the saber tarts that have like the little barrel around their neck?
Yep.
Yes. Go and rescue
Came
people.
full
once.
circle.
That but a
It
dragon.
came full circle.
That but a
Remember the
dragon.
initial pitch for with Punk Bubbles? I was going to be a ranger with an animal companion. I was going to do that on a dog. And I went, nah, never mind. Full circle.
Well, there's also the pitch of having your animal companion be a very traumatized pigeon you keep working up.
Yeah. That was another idea. Just a pigeon that's in the goo at all times. It's go, blah, and then the pigeon comes help sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh no.
There could be all kinds of other ways to deal with the blight.
This is true. So yeah, Rem will for a moment be like, family, gods, family, gods. I mean, the blight is just a disease that could probably be cured with a lot of drugs. We'll bring back the gods.
Duh.
Thank you, Punk Bubbles.
So you start pouring it over the page, like just a little bit at a time, and the words and the names start to reappear. And you just hear Mama Yaga's voice in your head. Holy shit, that worked.
Rem looks like as if he's looking at her, but you know, like she'd be behind her with this just incredulous, like, are you fucking serious?
I mean, there's always a chance.
Rem has nothing to add. He's just,
The rules are really weird here, okay?
fine. I made it work. There, I made it work. I am the alchemist. I made it work.
You made a thing that brought the gods back.
You know, just that one small thing. Is he's
Good
saying this out
juice.
loud? The juice.
Good juice.
Yes, this.
You two talk to yourselves a lot.
Yeah.
I've been traveling
I
alone
think
for a
they're
bit.
talking to their gods. It's so fun to watch, isn't it? You hear Tybalt.
When did you get here?
You see, I'm not alone.
Oh, I've been here. I was just waiting for the opportune moment to scare the shit out of you.
Good try. Try again.
You see, this is how it is.
There is no response.
You only have so many lives, man.
I think PB is has totally tuned out of whatever's happening. Is giving a presentation on bugs to their new dragon friend.
And this is my
Your
favorite
new
bug.
dragon friend is fascinated. They're just helping with the mild claustrophobia because they're a little bit rather squished.
The ability said their body changes in ways I could not predict. So if you want to make it small, you can.
They are smaller now, but it's still they're in a confined space, so it's gonna be like they're gonna have to like crawl into the archive to be able to turn around and crawl back out.
You can make him like a little
Miniature
guy and give him
dragon.
thumbs or something. I don't know, dude.
Miniature dragon.
I'm with Emily Miniature Dragon.
My best friend.
Coin Dragon. It lives on a coin.
You're lucky I don't know what you're saying, Punk Bubbles. I thought we had something. I carried you.
Punk Bubbles doesn't know your name. Like, I don't.
Wow.
Rude.
I love Punk Bubbles, but Punk Bubbles does not love me.
They love you. They just don't know your name.
They have no memory for names.
Yeah, none whatsoever.
Much like
no,
me.
not really. Which is really funny when they had one of the bigger plot reveals happen to them. It was great. So anything else people want to do before you head out of the archives?
I'm gonna see if I can find anything on Tybalt in here.
You probably can. They've got copies of everything.
I'm gonna look for recipes.
It takes you a second, but then eventually you notice the like a semi-spectral form of Belladonna just leaning against the shelf, and you go and look next to her, and there are indeed recipes there. Recipes that you would like.
I do look at her and I just nod at her.
Nicely done, she says. No one else can see or hear her, really.
Nicely done. Pretty sure I did great.
Yeah, I guess you did. Just didn't want to have it going too much to your head.
Yeah, well, I still stand by my reasoning that if you were actually really good enough as a god, you could have brought yourself back.
I mean, in most of our defense, we were just kind of handed godly power with absolutely no explanation.
Then I guess you're not really that much of a god, but that's okay. I can say that because we grew up as friends, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm never gonna consider you a god, Bella.
Fair enough. Never really wanted to be anyway. We just kind of got thrust with responsibility and then trying to make sure everything doesn't implode again. But hey, it didn't this time.
It didn't this time. That is correct.
And I think this one's gonna stay around for a while.
It better. I miss home. But I guess this can be my new home.
Oh, that reminds me. Most of these recipes come from where the rest of your people ended up. I know there are probably not any of them that you remember, but I can show you where they are at some point. I can show you all around the place.
That'd be great. I'd appreciate that.
Just like old times.
Yeah.
So you spend some time flipping through recipes, chatting with your old friend Belladonna.
Yep, pretty much.
Punk Bubbles is teaching their new child, who is now a fully sentient dragon, that speaks the same language you do.
Sure, man.
It did say it learns one language.
Yeah.
Yes.
Didn't say how to be English.
No, just that
So
language.
you hear the Punk Bubbles is just doing this thing, and then very similar, repeated 4 octaves lower. You know what? Screw it. I'll say it. It does know 2 languages, so occasionally you'll hear, "Oh, that's fascinating."
Gobbledygook.
It just goes into just absolute, just back and forth. So, Rem, what are you doing?
I'm assuming at some point someone suggested, why don't you just make it twice? So Rem is looking to make it again. Okay, I got it once. How do I make it again?
Do you just start flipping through books and stuff?
Yeah. And talking to Mama Yaga, so what now?
Well, the world's not about to implode, so that's very helpful. I can tell my house to stop running, which is great, because I actually don't know where I am right now. I mean, I got a couple things to check on, but the world's safe.
Good.
You can continue on your quest, you can head home.
I could try and find my goddamn cart.
But you had a cart?
Yes. It had all my stuff.
Oh, I didn't know you had a cart. I could have picked that up.
Perfect. Well, good luck telling your wayward house to stop. And, well,
Good stuff.
I'll, yeah. So Rem is just gonna, try to find the reason he left home. Fix the blight. He's pretty confident he can do it now.
So you spend some time going through alchemical records in the archives, taking a bunch of notes. Of course, you have to experiment some to see what actually works, but you do get quite a bit of information and knowledge and a couple of nudges from your friend Mama Yaga. And whenever you do leave the archives, people are celebrating in the streets. You realize that pretty much all the warlord soldiers were under his thrall. Many of them have tried to turn themselves in, but it's going to take a while to figure out what to do with that. But there's a pretty big party going on. 'Cause the warlord's gone. The vast majority of the soldiers were under thrall, trapped by a lie. So it's more like there's going to be a lot of people doing community service, though there were some people who were genuinely loyal, and they will be dealt with accordingly. The couriers knew where they were.
Punk Bubbles, now having a new best friend, thinks it's time to go off on new adventures. Walks up to, I don't know, probably Corin, whoever, who's the closest person. and pulls out the friendship
It
flute.
better be me, you ungrateful little gel.
Grabs the friendship flute, walks up to Corin, and hands you the friendship flute. So if you ever need to call for Punk Bubbles, he probably won't hear it because he's too far away, but you know, the meaning's there. Pats the alchemist guy like on the chin. Okay. Bye.
It's been a pleasure.
I was gonna get on the dragon.
The dragon like awkwardly like shuffles into the archives and just like turns around and awkwardly shuffles back out. And there's quite a commotion when a dragon comes out of the archives, because there's now exactly one dragon in this world until you build up enough AP to do that again.
Hell yeah. Punk Bubbles gonna make an army of dragons.
And at some point, you might run into others like you, and it's gonna be weird, but imagine Punk Bubbles has many more adventures. Corin, what do you want to know from the mountain?
I want to know more about the gods, how they came to be, how one can come to be, and just what it's seen over time, how it feels about holding all of this knowledge. I'm not good at talking to people, so I just talk to stone and trees and stuff.
So let's say if you mention these questions around Rim might be able to answer some of those questions.
But I
'cause
don't want
Rim-
to talk to Rem. I want to talk to the archives. I want to talk to nature.
People? Disgusting. Give me rocks.
I want to use my AP, damn it!
I can just
I
use
wanna
my
do
AP to
something
make stuff explode.
I talk to rocks. That's how I use my AP.
I make people sweaty.
You learn very useful things from rocks. I'll say between talking to the rocks and finding records, you do find the story of the fact that there was a world before this one, created by a group of gods who basically got bored, handed some godly power to people that they thought were worthy, and then left to create this world. The warlord was one of those people that they left in charge of the first world, along with many of the other gods that are still around. Things went bad because he kept spreading BS that destabilized everything. And then the gods who remained were the ones who helped people escape here. So there's like gods who like ruled over the world, and then gods who were like among the world, like Tybalt, Mama Yaga, Belladonna, many others. Their coming here kind of changed a little bit of how this world works, and they also made the creator god swear to never do that again, which included some other rules and definitions of like how godhood works. You're able to learn quite a bit, and roll a 20 to see if you can figure out how to become a god.
16.
You find some possibilities. Might take some doing, might require a fair amount of adventuring and exploring, take some time, but there's a way that there could be more than one cat god. You hear Tybalt chuckling in the back of your head as you are looking into this, and it's just a very good-natured. I look forward to seeing how this goes.
Sometimes you need a little company or competition.
Exactly.
Perfect.
And I must say, you are the first in this world to find all three of my gifts, so maybe